2018 Boxing Hall of Fame cla.ss. CANASTOTA, NY app, a look at the 9 people to be inducted June 10, 2018 into the International Boxing Hall of Fame and Museum. Modern category, last bout no earlier than 1989. Vitaly Klitschko, born Vitaly Vladimirovich Klitschko on July 19, 1971 in Belovatsk, Kyrgyzstan. Nicknamed Dr. Iron Fist. Won 195 of 210 amateur bouts. The 6'7" Klitschko turned pro in 1996 in Germany and scored 27 consecutive knockouts. Reigned twice as ABU heavyweight champion, 1998-99, 2000, and in 1999 won WBO title. Following 2 defenses he was ahead on all scorecards until a torn rotator cuff led to a 9th-round TKO loss to Chris Bird in 2000. Rebounded with knockout wins over Werlin Norris, Ross Purity and Larry Donald. Met Lennox Lewis for WBC title in 2003, but with Klitschko ahead on all cards the bout was stopped in the 6th round due to cuts above his eyes. After Lewis retired, Klitschko stopped Corey Sanders in 2004 for the vacant WBC title. Retired in 2005 after one defense but returned to reclaim the title in 2008 with an 8th-round knockout of Samuel Peter. Defended the title 9 times before retiring in 2012 following a knockout win over Manuel Char. Has a PhD in sports science. Posted a record of 45-41 KOs. Active in politics, Klitschko was elected mayor of Kiev, Ukraine, in 2014. Eric Morales, born Eric Isaac Morales Elvira on September 1, 1976 in Tijuana, Mexico. Nicknamed El Terrible. Followed his father into boxing and turned pro in 1993. Won the NABF Super Bantamweight title before stopping Daniel Zaragoza for the WBC 122-pound title in 1997 and registered 9 successful title defenses. Became a 2-division champion with a 12-round win over Guti Espadas Jr. for the WBC featherweight title in 2001. Lost the title to Marco Antonio Barrera in 2002 but reclaimed the vacant title from Paulie Ayala when Barrera refused the belt. Added the 3rd divisional title in 2004 with a pair of 12-round decisions over Jesus Chavez for the WBC super featherweight title and Carlos Hernandez for the IBF title. Lost a decision to Barrera in their 3rd bout before defeating Manny Pacquiao in 2005. Met Pacquiao twice in 2006 and suffered knockouts in each fight. In 2011 defeated Pablo Cano for the WBC light welterweight title to become the first Mexican boxer to win titles in 4 weight divisions. Retired in 2012 after back-to-back losses to Danny Garcia, finishing with a pro record of 50-9, 36 KOs. Ronald Wright, born Ronald Lamont Wright on November 26, 1971 in Washington, D.C. The 5'10" southpaw was nicknamed Winky. Posted an amateur record of 52-4. Turned pro in 1990. Utilized a piston-like right jab and tremendous all-around skill set to capture NABF light middleweight title twice, 1995-96, 2000, and 4 world 154-pound title belts. Captured WBO light middleweight title in 1996 with a 12-round win over Bronco McCart and defended the title 3 times. After winning vacant IBF belt in 2001 from Robert Frazier, he unified the title with a 12-round decision over WBA/WBC champion Shane Mosley in 2004. Stripped of IBF belt after the bout. Defended the WBA/WBC crowns with a 12th round win over Mosley in the rematch. Vacated the titles in 2005 to compete as a middleweight and scored wins over Sam Soliman and Felix Trinidad before drawing with WBC, WBO 160-pound champion Jermaine Taylor. Scored a 12-round decision win over Ike Cordy in 2006 before retiring in 2012 after decision losses to Bernard Hopkins, Paul Williams and Peter Quillen. Finished with a pro record of 51-6-1, 25 KOs. _OLD timer category, Last bout no earlier than 1893, no later than 1942 Sid Terrace, born September 27, 1904 in New York. The 5'7" lightweight was nicknamed the Ghost of the Ghetto. Posted a 50-0 amateur record. In 1922 won the New York State, New York City, National and International Amateur Lightweight Championships within a 10-month period. Was also the 1922 National All-Bantamweight Champion and turned pro the same year. Over the next 9 years met and beat top fighters of his era and became a standout gate attraction. Among those he defeated were Hall of Famers Sammy Mandel, Billy Petrol, Rocky Kansas, and Johnny Dundee. In 1927 scored a first-round knockout of Ruby Goldstein at the Polo Grounds. Never participated in a championship bout. Retired in 1931 with a pro record of 92-13-5, 12 KOs, and died on December 30, 1974 in Miami. Non-participant category, Johnny Addy, born Giovanni Addonizio in Italy in 1902. Worked as a broker on Wall Street and began announcing at boxing matches as a sideline in the late 1930s. In 1942 signed on to announce at Fort Hamilton Arena in Brooklyn. Hired by Madison Square Garden in 1948 and called virtually every major fight there until 1971. Veteran of over 100 championship fights, including the fight of the century between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier at Madison Square Garden, Sugar Ray Robinson vs. Joey Maxim at Yankee Stadium, and Muhammad Ali vs. Jerry Quarry in Atlanta. During the golden days of televised boxing, his pre-fight introductions were an important part of the promotion. Noted for his tuxedo and highly polished black shoes, was regarded as the voice of boxing. Also announced at Street Knicks, Sunnyside Gardens, Broadway Arena and Jamaica Arena in the New York area. Died on December 20, 1971. Lorraine Chargin, born Lorraine Adrienne Francois on December 4, 1930 in New Haven, Connecticut. For nearly 5 decades worked with her husband, Don, to co-promote thousands of boxing shows. Under the Don Chargin Productions banner, Don was the matchmaker and Lorraine handled all finances and logistics, including ticketing, media credentials, boxer camp coordination, and building management. First foray into boxing was doing publicity for the 1962 Gene Fulmer vs. Dick Tiger bout in San Francisco. From 1964-84 the Chargins worked for Hall of Famer Aileen Newton at Olympic Auditorium with Lorraine as building manager and Don as matchmaker. The Chargins guided the careers of Pete Tranzini, Tony the Tiger Lopez, Loreto Garza, Willie Joran and Hall of Famer Bobby Chacon. Lorraine Chargin died on April 6, 2010. Klaus Peter Kohl, born May 3, 1944 in Hamburg, Germany. Was a timekeeper for BDB, German Professional Boxing Association, in the 1970s. Served as vice president and president of the BDB, 1984-89, and vice president of the European Boxing Union, 1987 to 1990. Turned to promoting in the late 1980s under the Universum Box Promotion banner and promoted nearly 300 events and more than 2,100 bouts, including more than 250 title bouts. Also operated Universum gyms in Hamburg and Berlin. Among the 37 world champions Kohl promoted were Darius Tiger Michalczewski, Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko, Felix Sturm, Artur Grigorian, Firat Arslan, Sol Turdai, Jürgen Bremer, Marcos Maidano, Ruslan Shegev, Juan Carlos Gomez, Sebastian Zbik, Jack Kolke and Regina Hamik. Universum promotions were staged in over 40 German cities and in Hungary, Austria, Poland, Ukraine, Switzerland, Croatia and the United States. Observer category, print and media journalists, broadcasters, publishers, writers, historians, photographers, artists and screenwriters. Steve Albert, born on April 26, 1950 in Brooklyn. After graduating from Kent State in 1972, began his broadcasting career and was soon handling play-by-play, commentary and announcing duties for a variety of sports, including hockey, football, baseball and basketball. In mid-1980s began working in boxing, doing commentary for Super Fight of the Month syndicated television series. In 1987 moved to Showtime. Among over 200 telecasts and more than 300 championship bouts he covered from ringside included Julio Cesar Chavez vs. Greg Haugen, Nigel Benn vs. Gerald McClellan, and the first two bouts between Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson. In 1994 was nominated for a cla.ss award for his call of Chavez-Haugen. Remained as the play-by-play voice of Showtime Championship Boxing until 2009. Also served at ringside at the 1990 Goodwill Games, hosted Showtime Championship Boxing Report, and was also part of ESPN's Top Rank boxing series. Younger brother of broadcasters Marv and Al Albert, who also called boxing for NBC and USA Network, respectively. Jim Gray, born on November 11, 1959 in Denver and began broadcasting career there in 1977. Began broadcasting boxing in 1978, working closed-circuit telecasts for Top Rank and King Vision and eventually covered the sport for ESPN SportsCenter and NBC. Since 1992 has been part of the Showtime Championship Boxing broadcast team, serving as interviewer and ringside reporter. Also covered boxing at 3 Olympic Games. A veteran of over 700 championship bouts. Has earned 12 National Emmy Awards, including the 1997 National Sports Emmy for Journalism and Individual Achievement for his interview with Mike Tyson after his disqualification loss to Evander Holyfield. Named Sports Reporter of the Year 3 times by the American Sportscasters Association, Sports Broadcaster of the Year in 1997 by the National Sportscasters and Sports Writers Association. USA Today named him Sports Television Reporter of the Year 12 times.